The internet is full of controversies nowadays. Everything from running over someone to essaying production on stream. But before all of this, there was one content creator that was at the top of all of the problems. This is FouseyTube, or as you might know him, Fousey. Fousey, or Yusuf Salah Erakat, was born on January 22nd, 1990. Holy unk. Fousey is Palestinian and youngest out of 4 siblings. Originally, he had a bachelor degree in theater arts from San Jose State University, and with that experience, he used it for his YouTube content creation. Now, Fousey started in the golden era of YouTube, which was between 2011 and 2014, where most of the OG YouTubers started that we know today. He started out as a fitness creator but blew up through comedy, and later got into high-energy pranks and social experiments. This really made the name for Fousey, making him one of the biggest and largest YouTubers at the time. In 2015, Fousey won the Streaming Award for Show of the Year, which was the peak of his life at the time. And that made him move to LA to pursue acting because of his theater arts degree and his social experiments. He started acting and appeared in a movie that was called Tyler Perry's Boo, A Media Halloween. Even though he was making very good progress for himself and he was really at the peak, there was obviously something going on behind the scenes. Fousey was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, depression, and anxiety, and also had problems with addiction. And this really made the process of making content really hard for him, but he still kept going. And then we got to the July 15th incident during 2018, where basically Fousey had an event that ended with chaos, with police surrounding the whole area. He thought he was making a Coachella level event, but it turned out to be something else. And after that, he couldn't really handle all the stress, so he stepped down for a bit. But obviously, FouseyTube had to come back. So between 2019 and 2022, FouseyTube turned into a fighter and fought Slim Al-Baher in 2019, which sadly led into a loss. He got incredible injuries, a broken nose, and had to get 2 surgeries. He obviously promised to never come back to boxing, but obviously it's FouseyTube, he had to come back. So he fought Deji in 2022, which resulted in another loss, by the way. And that also started the beef between FouseyTube and Deji. Now, FouseyTube started out his streaming era between 2023 and 2025, where he started streaming on Kick. FouseyTube was banned on Twitch because of how he had done things, so eventually he switched over to Kick. While he reached huge viewership numbers, the high-stress environment led to several public crash-outs. And that's why we know FouseyTube as the most chaotic person today. And as I said before, he was banned from Twitch. During August 2023, he was banned from Twitch following a controversial stream at an airport, and was later arrested in Miami after calling the police on himself during a live stream. I think he was kind of going insane at that point, calling the police on yourself. During January 2025, he released his debut music album, G7, The Death of Fousey, which he framed as a symbolic end to his old persona. And as we know, Fousey today, if you go through his TikTok, he has made incredible progress. It's crazy to me how someone like Fousey somehow just managed to step his game back up the way he did. I mean, obviously, as I said, as I was explaining his life story, there wasn't really much controversy in the start, but I think the fame eventually got him, making him more controversial. And also the fact that he had bipolar disorder, depression, anxiety, and also struggled with addiction, that didn't really help his case, did it? But now you guys might be wondering, how is FouseyTube today? Well, as of early 2025, he started going back to the gym. He fixed his whole body, he started eating healthier, he started making better content, there was a lot of self-improvement involved, there was a lot of peace involved. He basically came out of his crash out era. He stopped being mad, he simply actually just fixed himself. And you know, as I've read some of his comments on his TikToks, it seems that a lot of people are really supporting him now. He was so different before, but he's better now. And you know, he even responded to some comments that were saying that they missed the old Fousey. He said that he was never going to return to that phase again. And you know, we never know what could happen, but I believe his word. And you know, I started watching Fousey last year, which was, 2025, and he is truly inspiring. I think a lot of people have pushed him down a bit now because they don't think he's relevant anymore. But in my opinion, I think he's just found his true peace, which is really amazing because making a transition like that, that has to be the hardest thing ever. And, you know, he got over depression and anxiety and, his addictions. He also won like 2 or 3 bodybuilding shows, which was also really insane, by the way, considering all his past traumas. What I think of YouTube as of now, I think people just wanted him for the controversy and then they pushed him down. And now no one's talking about him. I think that's just because YouTube, or well, not YouTube, the internet only wants controversy. I've said this at least 50 times. YouTubers and streamers, they get fed by their viewers. Their viewers are manipulating them. It's like FaZe Banks said when the whole FaZe Clan controversy happened. There's so much hate on social media with people behind their screens just typing out the shit they want. And obviously one word could affect a content creator to eventually, like, I'm sorry, but it has probably happened, end their life. Like the fact that FouseyTube actually came back even after the amount of hate he got, he still gets hate, which I don't understand. There's a lot of people on the internet sitting behind their screens and just speaking and speaking and speaking and just talking straight up shit. FouseyTube, you guys might know Clavicular. He was in my latest video, and he reminds me of FouseyTube. He could change. I mean, Clavicular is another case. He's kind of, we never know. But what I'm saying is, once someone steps down from controversy, everyone leaves him because they just want the controversy. That's all the communities want. And I just think that that's disgusting, okay? We want content creators to entertain us, sure. But the entertainment with just fighting people and like having beef. I mean, he had a beef with Deji, KSI's brother. I mean, there was just no specific reason behind that. There's just so many creators that change and then still get hate. There's just no point of the YouTube and streaming era anymore. I think at this point where everything's gonna collapse, honestly. I hope it doesn't, but it probably will, because the way social media is reacting on stuff, it's just insane. Obviously, FouseyTube has some really crazy clips that I might want to show you. I'm gonna show you one of my favorite ones.
I saw you staring, so just go ahead. No. I saw you. What? No. You don't want a cup of feel? No. Why? No. These thighs are bigger than both your thighs together. You'll never feel one this big.
You don't know that?
Look, it jiggles. You got a girlfriend?
I gotta go, man.
You got a girlfriend?
I gotta go.
All right.
This one was really funny in my opinion. I think that was actually the first clip I saw of FouseyTube. I thought this one was funny. I think it's an old one. I don't know if I think he was in his YouTube era, honestly. But that was probably the most funny shit I've ever seen. Because the guy was looking at Fousey's ass. Bro, it was funny. But yeah, guys, I just want to hop on here, talk about FouseyTube for a little. I think people think he's forgotten, but he's actually just doing better than he used to, You guys cannot underestimate a YouTuber or content creator like Fousey. Fousey is a good person, and he can become better. That's just how it is. We're all human at the end of the day. All right, peace.